Alrighty guys, welcome to the video here today for Friday, September 9th, 2022. As always, my name is Brock Page and I do sports picks for free right here on YouTube. I also sell my personal sports bets on patreon.com/BrockPage. And of course, I have packages on that website starting at just $1.99. Of course, if you want to see which one of these free picks on this video that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for my website. Sign up for a membership on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. I had a pretty rough day yesterday. We lost all four of our personal bets. We actually lost those at Maryland Live Casino yesterday down near Baltimore. Had no problem donating to them. And on top of it, after losing four Major League Baseball bets in that FanDuel Sportsbook, I also lost in a poker tournament. There were 41 entrants. I placed ninth, which was 3 away from the cash. Made the final table, but did not come up with the cash. They paid the top 6 players. So I was a big-time donator down at Maryland Live Casino. I think it's called Arundel Mills, Maryland. But hey, what are you going to do? As a consolation prize, I went to Luck Fu and pounded out about 36 pieces of sushi. So that was good. That was tasty. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into some free content. We're going to take a look at the Giants squaring off against the Cubs, 4:05 Eastern first pitch. Now, we did see a 20-cent move towards San Francisco in the early wagering. The Giants are the $1.60 favorite, total 7.5 runs. We're looking at Carlos Rodon for San Francisco, Drew Smyly for Chicago. Smyly comes into today's ball game with a 5-8 record. Cubbies losers of 8 out of their last 10. They're currently in the bottom 10 in scoring. Problems both pitching and with the bats in their hands. Now they have to face Carlos Rodon here today, who has like a million strikeouts over the past couple of seasons. As far as this year's concerned, he has 201 Ks, a dozen wins, 2.92 ERA, and a 1.06 WHIP. And of course, when it comes to offensive production, well, the Giants are in the top 5 in walks. Not really surprising there. They're an analytics-based team. You know, Gabe Kapler likes those guys that get on base. Now, Wilmer Flores, he is the club leader in runs batted in. And when it comes to the total, 7 out of San Francisco's last 10 ball games did get over the number. Chicago, on the other side, they went 8-2 to the over in their last 10, depending on where you shopped at. I'm going to lean toward the Giants minus 160 over 7.5. All right, next ball game, it is going to be Cardinals Pirates, 6:35 East. Pretty good two-way action here on both the side and the total on this one. St. Louis is minus 200, totals 8 runs. Miles Michaelis for the Cards, Ronzi Contreras for Pittsburgh. Contreras comes into today's ball game with a 1.31 WHIP. And the Pirates, they dropped 7 out of their last 9 as a team. They currently rank second to last in team batting average, really struggling all season long getting base runners. Of course, they have to take on Miles Michaelis here today for St. Louis, who has 11 wins on the season, 3.32 ERA, 1.01 WHIP. St. Louis winners of 7 out of their last 10, and they're currently in the top 3 in the majors in OPS. Of course, Paulie Goldschmidt, I'll tell you what, he's been giving pitchers nightmares. He has a 3.28 batting average, which is a league best. He's also in the top 3 in home runs, RBI, and OPS. When it comes to the total, 8 out of these teams' last 10 head-to-head meetings did get over the line. Pittsburgh, 16-10 to the over in their divisional home games. I'm going to lean toward the Cardinals, minus 1.5, over 8 runs. All right, next ball game, Mets, Marlins, 6:40 p.m. East. This game's currently off the board. David Peterson for the Mets, Cabrera for Miami. Now, the Marlins, they lost 9 out of their last 10, and they're currently in the bottom 5 in team batting average. That's definitely been an issue for these guys all season long with the bats. We're looking at a team that would be really good if they could hit the baseball because their pitching staff has been great. But unfortunately for Marlins fans, these guys are in the bottom 5 in team batting average, and they're averaging only 3.6 runs per game for the entire year. So definitely some significant problems in the box. Now they're taking on a Mets team who's got David Peterson on the mound. He's 7-3 with a 3.32 ERA and 110 strikeouts. When it comes to offensive production, the Mets really having little problem at the dish here this year. They're in the top 10 in OPS, and of course, Pete Alonso, he is fourth in the bigs in RBI with 106 of them. Now, Jeff McNeil, he's also hitting 318 at the plate. That is a team best. I'm going to lean toward the Mets winning that one outright for some money line cash. All right, next ball game, little AL East action. I'm talking about the Red Sox squaring off against the Orioles. 7:05 Eastern first pitch at Camden Yards. Baltimore is minus $1.20, totals 8.5. Austin Voth for Baltimore, Brian Bello for the Red Sox. Now, Bello is just 1-4 in the year with an ERA close to 6. He actually has a 5.91 ERA and a 1.81 whip. Now, Boston, they lost their last 3 straight, and they're currently in the bottom 10 in road hits allowed, so really struggling significantly with their pitching staff this year. They're taking on a Baltimore team who plays really good at Camden Yards. They're 40-28 on their own field. They actually average 6.6 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with Boston. So getting the job done with the bats when they play the Red Sox. Anthony Santander, he's the club leader in homers and RBI for Baltimore. When it comes to the pitching, Austin Voth, he is 4-2 with a 2.72 ERA and a 1.14 whip. Looks like a pretty good spot here for O's backers. Now, total-wise, 4 out of Baltimore's last 7 home games did get over the number. They also went 4-2 to the over in their last 6. Austin Voth starts. I'm going to lean toward the O's minus 120 over 8.5. Next matchup, Rays, Yankees, 7:05 East in an AL East showdown here. Both teams are minus $1.10, pretty much a coin flip, total 7. Drew Rasmussen for Tampa Bay, Frankie Montas for New York. Now, the Yankees did win 4 out of their last 5 ball games, and they are still first in the majors in home runs. And, of course, virtually all of that is thanks to Aaron Judge, who's got a league best 55 homers. Now, he also has 118 RBI and a 1.092 OPS. Both of those stats are first in the league as well. Tampa Bay, on the other side, they come into this game with a .468 win percentage on the road, and they're in the bottom 10 in road strikeouts at the plate. This is a team who does not play well when traveling, and even if for some reason they sneak into the postseason, not being able to win on the road, that hurts you. You got to be able to win games on the road. One more thing, too. Tampa Bay, they're in the bottom 10 in road hits per game. No real surprise there. Now, total-wise, 6 out of the Rays' last 10 ball games did fall under the number. They also went 5-1 to the under in their last 6 Rasmussen starts. Now, Frankie Montas, on the other side, he went 4-1 to the under in his last 5 starts himself. I'm going to lean toward the Yankees minus $1.10. Under 7 runs. Go back here. All right, next ball game. It is going to be Nationals taking on the Phillies, 7:05 Eastern first pitch. Now, we did see a 15-cent move toward Philadelphia. The Phillies are minus 250, totals 8.5 runs. Noah Syndergaard for the Titans, Patrick Corbin for Washington. The guy's Corbs has 17 losses on the year and a 6.28 ERA. That is about as bad as it gets. Washington, 27-42 straight up on the road, bottom 10 in road scoring. They're taking on Noah Syndergaard, who is 3-1 as a Philly. And the Titans, they are currently 41-31 at Citizens Bank Park. They currently rank in the top 5 of the majors in home scoring. Now, Bryce Harper, he's currently hitting .310 at the plate. Meanwhile, Kyle Schwarber, he is first in the National League with 36 home runs. When it comes to the total, 7 out of Philly's last 10 ball games did get over the line. Washington, on the other side, they went 8-2 to the over in their last 10, taking on the Phillies. I'm going to lean toward Philadelphia minus 1.5 and the over 8.5. Next ball game, Blue Jays taking on the Rangers, 8:05 East. We did see a 15-cent move toward Toronto in the early betting here. The Blue Jays are minus 155, totals 8 runs. Ross Stripling for Toronto, Dane Dunning for Texas. Now, Dunning has just 3 wins on the year and 138 innings pitched. That is crazy. That's a lot of innings and not a lot of wins. Dunning also has an ERA in the 4s and a 1.43 whip. Now, the Rangers, they lost 9 out of their last 10 ball games, and they're in the bottom 10 in home scoring. Ross Stripling, Texas has to face Ross Stripling on the other side, and he is 7-4 for the Jays. 3.03 ERA, 1.04 whip. Toronto currently 8-2 straight up in their last 10 ball games, and they currently rank in the top 3 in the majors in team batting average. Now, Alejandro Kirk, he's hitting 302 at the plate. That is a team best. Once again, that's 302 with regard to batting average. And, of course, Vlad Guerrero Jr., he's been the team leader in homers and RBI all season long. He's got 27 bombs and 82 ribbies. Now, total-wise, Toronto, they went 60% to the over in their last 10. They also saw 4 out of their last 7 Ross Stripling starts get over the line. Meanwhile, Texas, they went 61% to the over at Globe Life Field this year. I'm going to lean toward the Blue Jays, minus 155, over 8 runs. All right, next matchup, Cleveland, Minnesota, 8:10 p.m. East. We did see a half a run move downward on the total. Pretty good two-way action on the sides. Both teams are now minus $1.10, pretty much a coin flip. Total 7.5. Cal Quantrill for Cleveland, Dylan Bundy for Minnesota. Now, Bundy is 8-6 on the year with a 1.22 whip, so he does give these guys an opportunity to win games. Minnesota currently 31-22 in divisional play, playing some pretty good baseball against the AL Central. They're also 19-10 in divisional home games. Luis Arias, he's hitting a team best, 314 at the plate. He's currently 5th in the bigs in that category. And, of course, Byron Buxton, he's been leading the team in homers all season long. He's got 28 bombs on the year. Minnesota as a team, they are currently in the top 10 in home hits, seeing the baseball very well at Target Field. Now, they're taking on a Guardians team who lost 7 out of their last 10. They currently have a losing record in their divisional road games. Now, offensively at the plate, they are currently in the bottom 10 in runs per game. They're also second to last in the majors in home runs per contest. This has been a team who has been little threat hitting the long ball. Now, when it comes to the total, no real surprise here. 8 out of Cleveland's last 10 fell under the number. They're also 34-24 to the under against the AL Central. Meanwhile, Minnesota, they are 41-28 to the under in their own building. I'm going to lean toward Minnesota, minus $1.10, under 7.5. Next matchup, little AL West action. I'm talking about the Angels squaring off against the Astros, 8:10 p.m. East. Now, we did see a 20-cent move toward Houston. The Astros are now minus 210, totals 8 runs. Lance McCullers for Houston, Lorenzen for Los Angeles. Now, Lorenzen, he comes into today's outing with a 4.94 ERA. And the Angels, they currently have a 439 win percentage on the road. They're currently in the bottom 3 in team batting average, dead last in strikeouts at the plate. Now, they have to face Lance McCullers here today, who comes into today's matchup with a 2.08 ERA. Now, of course, that's a short sample size. It's just 21 2/3 innings of work. But, he's certainly getting the job done in limited action. Once again, that is McCullers, 2.08 ERA. Now, as a team, Houston, they won 7 out of their last 9, and they currently rank in the top 5 in home runs. Yordan Alvarez, he has 31 homers on the year. He's currently 3rd in OPS. Meanwhile, Kyle Tucker, he's got 88 RBI on the season himself. Houston, their last 5 straight all fell under the total at Minute Maid Park. Once again, 5-0 to the under in their last 5 on their own diamond. They also went 8-2 to the under in their last 10 at any location. I'm going to lean toward Houston, minus 1.5, and the under 8 runs in that tight window. All right, next matchup, a little more divisional play here. I'm talking about the Reds squaring off against the Brewers, 8:10 p.m. East. Now we saw a 10-cent move toward Milwaukee, half a run move downward on the total. Milwaukee's minus 150, totals 8 runs. Jason Alexander for Milwaukee, Nick Lodolo for Cincinnati. Now Lodolo, has just 3 wins on the year and 73 innings of work. He also has a 1.37 whip. Now, Cincy, they currently have a 388 win percentage on the road. Not very good there. Struggling when traveling, struggling when they bat first. They're currently in the bottom 5 in road scoring. Now, they're taking on a Milwaukee team who's 19-13 in divisional home games. They actually averaged over 6 runs a game in their last 10 meetings with Cincinnati. So if you're into historical trends, certainly want to think about that one there. Rowdy Tellez, he leads the club with 28 home runs. Willy Adames right behind him with 26 bombs on the year. That's well over 50 total home runs between the two of those guys. And speaking of homers, Milwaukee's currently in the top 3 in the majors in home runs per game. Now, total-wise, Milwaukee went 3-0 to the under in their last 3 at home, 7-3 to the under in their last 10 at any location. Meanwhile, the Reds saw 3 out of their last 4 road games fall under the line. I'm going to lean toward Milwaukee minus 150, under 8 runs. Another divisional game here. I'm talking about the Tigers taking on the Royals, 8:10 p.m. East. Kansas City's minus 130, totals 8.5 runs. Daniel Lynch for Kansas City. Joey Wentz for Detroit. Now, the Tigers, believe it or not, they covered the run line in 3 out of their last 4 road games. So, once again, 3-1 against the number in their last 4 on the road with regard to the run line. They're actually in the top 10 right now in fewest road runs allowed. They're taking on a Kansas City team who's in the bottom 10 in runs per contest, bottom 5 in home runs. Definitely some problems there with the bats. Now, the Royals as a team, they lost 4 out of their last 5 when Daniel Lynch made the start. And Lynch is just 4-9 on the year with a 4.82 ERA. Now, total-wise, KC went 20-13 to the under against the AL Central at Kauffman Stadium. Meanwhile, the Tigers, they are currently 66% to the under in all of their divisional road games. I'm going to go ahead and lean toward Detroit plus 1.5, under 6. Detroit plus 1.5, under 8.5 runs. All right, next ball game, Arizona taking on Colorado, 8:40 p.m. East. We actually saw a nickel move toward the Rockies and a 1-run move downward on the total. Normally don't see that much movement on totals in baseball, but we saw that one move downward an entire run. So right now, Colorado is minus $1.20. Total is 10. German Marquez for the Rockies. Zach Davies for Arizona. Now, Davies has a 3.74 ERA and a 1.21 whip. Definitely is giving these guys chances to win ball games. And speaking of this Arizona pitching staff, they are currently in the top 10 in fewest road walks allowed. They're also in the top 10 in fewest road hits allowed as well. They actually held Colorado to just 3.6 runs a game in their last 10 head-to-head meetings. Now, the Rockies on the other side, they lost 5 out of their last 8, and they were shut out twice during that span. And when it comes to the pitching, well, Colorado, they are allowing the most runs a game in the majors. They're allowing more runs a game than any other club in Major League Baseball. And of course, German Marquez, he's got double-digit losses on the year, and he currently has a 4.86 ERA. Now, total-wise, we're looking at a Colorado team who went 4-2 to the over in their last 6 Marquez starts. No real surprise there. Arizona on the other side, 60% to the over in their last 10. I'm going to lean toward the Diamondbacks, plus $1 in the over 10 runs. Next matchup, it is going to be Braves, Mariners, 9:40 p.m. East. Pretty good two-way action on the side, but we did see a half a run move downward on the total. That total opened 7.5 down to 7. So once again, Atlanta, they are minus $1.15, total 7 runs. Charlie Morton for Atlanta, Robbie Ray for Seattle. Now, the Mariners did drop 2 out of their last 3. And in addition to that, they also dropped 3 out of their last 5 interleague home games. When it comes to offensive production, these guys are actually in the bottom 3 in home hits per game. So Mariners having a tough time hitting the ball in their own building. Now they have to face Charlie Morton, who's a strikeout machine. He's got 175 strikeouts this year and a 1.18 whip. Atlanta as a team, they are currently on a 7-game winning streak. They're pretty hot right now. They scored 40 total runs during that span. Of course, Austin Riley, he is second in the National League in homers with 35 of them. And he also ranks 4th in the bigs in OPS. Now, Matt Olson, he currently leads the squad in RBI. He's actually 6th in the big leagues with 90 runs batted in. When it comes to the total, the Braves saw their last 4 road games all get over the number. They're also 15-2 to the over against the American League this year. Now, Seattle, they are 60% to the over against the National League themselves. A couple interleague stats there. I'm going to lean toward Atlanta minus $1.15 over 7 runs. Next ball game, White Sox, Athletics, 9:40 p.m. East. Now we saw a nickel move toward Chicago, no real surprise there. We also saw a half a run move upward on the total. Chicago's now minus 160, total 7.5. Lucas Giolito for the White Sox, James Kaprielian for Oakland. Now Cappy's just 3-9 on the year with a 4.79 ERA and a 1.42 whip. The A's also dropped 7 out of their last 8. And they're currently dead last in team batting average. They have to face Lucas Giolito here today, who has double-digit wins on the year and a whole lot of strikeouts. I'm talking about 147 of them. Now, the White Sox also got the W in 7 out of their last 9. And they're currently the league leaders in batting average. First in batting average at the plate. Jose Abreu, he's hitting a team-best .310 at the dish. He's Chicago's RBI leader as well. Comes to the total, the White Sox saw 8 out of their last 10 against Oakland fall under the number. So once again, if you're into historical trends, plenty of unders to go around. Now, Chicago also went 60% to the under in their last 10 ball games themselves this season. Now, Oakland on the other side, they went 9-3 to the under in their last dozen James Kaprielian starts. I'm going to lean toward the White Sox minus 160 and the under 7.5. And with that, guys, we're going to jump into our next and final matchup for the video. It is going to be Dodgers-Padres, 9:40 East. The LA Dodgers are minus 160, totals 8.5. Dustin May for Los Angeles, Mike Clevinger for San Diego. Now, Clevinger comes into today's ball game with a losing record. He's just 5-6 on the season. Meanwhile, the Padres as a team, they are in the bottom 10 in home scoring and hits. They have to face Dustin May here today, who's got a 1.06 whip, along with an ERA in the 3s. Now, the Dodgers, they have been absolutely dominant against the NL West this year. They're 39-14 in divisional play. That's good for 74% in that category. That's unbelievable. Freddie Freeman, he is second in the majors with a .324 batting average. He's also 7th in OPS. Meanwhile, Trey Turner, he's 9th in the bigs right now in batting average, 5th in RBI with 91 of them. When it comes to offensive production, we're looking at a Dodger team who's first in scoring, first in OPS. So even if for some reason these guys have trouble with their guys on the bump, this is a team that can outscore pretty much anyone. Now, oddly enough, 3 out of the Dodgers' last 4 road games did fall under the total. They're also 74% to the under in their divisional road games. That is a significant stat there. Meanwhile, San Diego, they are 38-28 to the under at Petco Park this year. So I'm going to go ahead and lean toward the Dodgers minus 160 and the under 8.5. And with that, guys, now it's time for our quick pick recap. I like the Giants minus 160 over 7.5. Give me St. Louis minus 1.5 over 8. I like the Mets getting the job done against the money. Well, not against the money line, for the money line. Give me the Mets winning that one outright for some money line cash. I like Baltimore minus 120 over 8.5. New York Yankees minus $1.10 under 7. Philadelphia minus 1.5 over 8.5. Toronto minus 155 over 8 runs. Minnesota minus $1.10 under 7.5. Houston minus 1.5 under 8. Milwaukee minus 150 under 8 runs. Detroit plus 1.5 under 8.5 runs. Arizona plus $1 over 10. Atlanta minus $1.15 over 7 runs. Chicago White Sox minus 160 under 7.5. And before I give you my next and final free pick for the video, just a reminder, guys, if you want to see which one of these free picks on this video that I'm actually betting on personally, there's only one way to do that, and that's to sign up for a membership on my website at patreon.com/rockpage. I'm going to lean toward the Dodgers minus 160 under 8.5. And with that, guys, that's going to do it for me. Don't forget to check me out on my website. Just a reminder here, guys, if you do end up getting a membership, you're going to get billed the day you sign up and then the first of every month following that. So if you do end up getting a membership here today, you are going to get access to that content every single day all the way through the end of September. You're actually going to get access to that content every single day all the way until October 1st. Spit it out, man. Spit it out. If you sign up today, you're going to get access to that membership every day until October 1st. It's a great value. It's something you definitely want to think about doing if you're serious about sports betting. And guys, if you want to get access to every single bet, every single package, every single day, you're going to want to sign up for my board member package. It's an all-inclusive membership. Now, obviously, you're noticing a change in scenery. I'm actually sitting at my desk. My big screen's right over there. I'm normally in front of a big screen, but I just wanted to be comfortable today. I just wanted to sit back, relax, and lounge and just be comfortable and, just chat with you guys a little bit. So anyway, like I said, we had an interesting day yesterday at Maryland Live. Me and my brother had a good time gambling all day long. Nice little bender there, and of course, I lost a lot of money. I guess that's what you're supposed to do when you go to the casino, and I certainly did my part. But definitely a fun day, and I love that Asian place, man. That Asian restaurant right in the center of the gaming floor. It's called Luck Fu. And man, they got some really good food. And they're open all the time. I've never seen them closed. So I've been on benders there till like 2 in the morning, and they're rocking. People in there eating. So that was certainly a good time. Now, I had a couple guys say something about the comments section. I had disabled the comments section for like a week or two. The reason why I did that is because for years, guys, I've had that comments section open to everyone. More specifically, the trolls, the haters, and the competition. The trolls and the haters are just competition on burner accounts. I never mention competition ever. I never have. It's a waste of my time. It's not a burden that you need to bear as a viewer. But my competition trolls, my comment section. And I've allowed them to do it for years. I've allowed them to embarrass, trash me, humiliate me, and on top of it, promote their channel. I've let it happen. But after I got demonetized on YouTube for the second time in a year, I'm demonetized right now. I'm making no money through these free videos. It pissed me off. It's like, if I'm going to let you troll me, humiliate me, and on top of it, promote your channel, and you're still going to report me and get me demonetized, I'm going to take it down. But you know what? That's not fair to the viewers who are doing it the right way. This is the last time I'll probably ever, it's the first and last time I'll ever mention that I have competitors or competition, because I don't give a fuck about them. I don't care. I'm doing my own thing, and I think my content's better, so I don't care. But if I'm going to leave the comment section for you assholes to rip me, berate me, and promote your channel, and I've done it for 6 years, don't get me demonetized. Don't do it, or I'm going to take down the comment section again completely. It's going to happen again. So anyway, I know I don't normally lose my cool, but that's bullshit. That's bullshit on your guys' account. That's like having a fish at a poker table and you chase him away by berating him. Don't chase him away. Make him feel good so you can continue to take his money. I have 35,000 subscribers. I've let you guys have full reign on my comment section, and you get me demonetized 2 times in 1 year. You dumbasses. You guys are so fucking stupid. And your content sucks. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Gotta thank you for doing me. Gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content. And you know who you are. You know who you are. I know who you are, and you know who you are. And I'm not going to mention your name, and I'm not going to give you the free publicity, because my fucking subscribers are real. They're actual fucking people. They're real humans. But anyway, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And that's it, guys. Happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. Man, I shouldn't be this hot, man. Tomorrow's my birthday, September 10th on Saturday. So I shouldn't be this hot. But damn, man, sometimes I gotta be honest with you and just get it all off my chest. I'm the real fucking deal, dude. I fucking gamble. I'm a degenerate. I gamble all my money away. Just because I come in here and I have a smile on my face and I act positive doesn't mean I'm not the same as you. I lose all my fucking money every month. All right? And you want me to fucking post tickets. It doesn't matter. If I post tickets, you're going to say they're fake. So I'm not posting my tickets. It's none of your business. Anyway, guys, gotta thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. Really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. And that's it, guys. Happy Friday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you later on today on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage.